Washington Dulles Airport.
Sir, I need you to turn off your computer.
I'm just about done.
I need you to turn off your laptop, sir. It interferes with our navigational systems.
You know, when you guys say that, it sounds pretty ridiculous to most people, right?
Sir?
Mr. Ziegler, a message was just patched up to the cockpit for you. I'm not sure I've got it right. POTUS in a bicycle accident?
You got it right.
You can't use your phone until we land, sir.
We're flying in a Lockheed Eagle Series L-1011. Came off the line 20 months ago. Carries a SIM-5 transponder tracking system. Are you telling me I can still flummox this thing with something I bought at Radio Shack?
You can call when we land, sir.
Also, I never got my peanuts.
How you doing, Sam?
Let me tell you something. The water pressure in here is really impressive.
I know.
You could run hydraulics in here.
You want some?
I'm fine.
I'm wasted.
And probably free of cataracts.
I get that. That's funny.
Thank you.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Your pager went off while you were in the shower. I hit the button because I thought it was mine. POTUS in a bicycle accident. Come to the office. I memorized it just in case I raced it by accident. These things look exactly alike. Anyway, like I said, I'm totally baked. But, though it's not like I'm a drug person. I just love pot.
Lori, I have to go.
You're kidding me. It's 5:30 in the morning.
I know this doesn't look good.
Not that good, no.
But you know what? I really like you, and if you give me your number, I'd like to call you.
Stay right here. Save yourself a call.
It's not that I don't see the logic in that, but I really gotta go.
'Cause POTUS was in a bicycle accident?
Yep.
Tell your friend POTUS he's got a funny name, and he should learn how to ride a bicycle.
I would, but he's not my friend. He's my boss. It's not his name, it's his title.
POTUS?
President of the United States.
I'll call you.
Sorry, Josh, I was distracted. All I could really think about was Lloyd Russell and your girlfriend.
Randy and Lloyd Russell?
Yeah.
I'll be putting an end to that.
Hello, Mr. President. Did you have a nice trip, sir? How's the ankle, sir? Seems to me we've all been taking a little break. Thinking about our personal lives or thinking about keeping our jobs. Breaks are good. It's not a bad idea to take a break every now and then. I know how hard you all work. There was this time that Annie came to me with this press clipping. Seems these theologians down in South America were all excited because this little girl from Chile had sliced open a tomato, and the inside flesh of the tomato had actually formed a perfect rosary. The theologians commented that they thought this was a very impressive girl. Annie commented that she thought it was a very impressive tomato. Don't know what made me think of that. Naval intelligence reports approximately 1,200 Cubans left Havana this morning. Approximately 700 turned back due to severe weather. Some 350 are missing and presumed dead. 137 have been taken into custody in Miami and are seeking asylum. With the clothes on their back, they came through a storm. And the ones that didn't die want a better life, and they want it here. Talk about impressive. My point is this. Break's over. Hi.
Yes,
How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
Apparently, I've arranged for an honor guard for somebody.
Yes, sir, I'm sorry.
No, just tell me, is there anything else I've arranged for? We're still in NATO, right?
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
A homeless man died last night, a Korean War veteran who was wearing a coat I gave to the Goodwill. It had my card in it.
Toby, you're not
Took
responsible.
an hour and 20 minutes for the ambulance to get there. A Lance Corporal, United States Marine Corps, 2nd of the 7th. I got better treatment in Panmunjom.
Toby, if we start pulling strings like this, you don't think every homeless veteran will come out of the woodwork?
I can only hope, sir.
When is this thing?
I'm going to pick up his brother and go there now.
Mr. President? Sir, your absence in the other room is conspicuous.
Okay.
Toby, I'd like to come along.
Forgive me, Dr. Jacobs. Are you an MD?
A PhD.
A PhD?
Yes, sir.
In psychology?
No, sir.
Theology?
No.
Social work?
I have a PhD in English literature.
I'm asking because on your show, people call in for advice, and you go by the name Dr. Jacobs on your show, and I didn't know if maybe your listeners were confused by that and assumed you had advanced training in psychology, theology, or healthcare.
I don't believe they are confused, no, sir.
Good. I like your show. I like how you call homosexuality an abomination.
I don't say homosexuality is an abomination, Mr. President. The Bible does.
Yes, it does. Leviticus.
18:22.
Chapter and verse. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions while I had you here. I'm interested in selling my youngest daughter into slavery, as sanctioned in Exodus 21:7. She's a Georgetown sophomore, speaks fluent Italian, always cleared the table when it was her turn. What would a good price for her be? While thinking about that, can I ask another? My chief of staff, Leo McGarry, insists on working on the Sabbath. Exodus 35:2 clearly says he should be put to death. Am I morally obligated to kill him myself, or is it okay to call the police? Here's one that's really important, because we've got a lot of sports fans in this town. Touching the skin of a dead pig makes one unclean, Leviticus 11:7. If they promise to wear gloves, can the Washington Redskins still play football? Can Notre Dame? Can West Point? Does the whole town really have to be together to stone my brother John for planting different crops side by side? Can I burn my mother in a small family gathering for wearing garments made from two different threads? Think about those questions, would you? One last thing. While you may be mistaking this for your monthly meeting of the ignorant tight-ass club, in this building, when the president stands, nobody sits. Toby.
Yes, Mr. President.
That's how I beat him.
Good evening. Before we get to Chris and Marjorie tonight on the Capitol Beat, the House is expected to vote next week on President Bartlet's $1.5 billion education package. Sam Seaborn, why is this bill better than its Republican counterpart that the president vetoed last year?
Because it buys things that teachers need, like textbooks. In a fairly comprehensive study that was done in an alarmingly high number of teachers, 40% of the teachers in Kirkwood, Oregon, for instance, and Kirkwood, Oregon being a fair model for public school districts across the country, 40% of the teachers in Kirkwood, Oregon report not having sufficient textbooks for their students. The package offered by the Republican-controlled Congress offered a grand total of $0 for new textbooks.
Ainsley Hayes, is that true?
No, it's not.
Is Sam Seaborn lying?
Lying's an awfully strong word.
Do you...
Yes, he's lying. And we should tell the truth about education.
Well, if you're gonna
The bill contained plenty of money for new textbooks. Also, computer literacy, school safety, physical plants. The difference is we wanted to give the money directly to communities and let them decide how best to spend it. On the off chance that the needs of Lincoln High and Dayton are different from the needs of Crenshaw High and South Central LA.
Sam, why did the president veto the bill?
Because it guaranteed by law that 95% of the money go directly into the classroom and bypass the pork barrel buffet, which is troubling to this president because he doesn't work for the students, and he doesn't work for the parents of the students. He works for the teachers union. The bill contained plenty of money for textbooks, Mark, and anyone who says otherwise is flat out lying. And we should tell the truth about this. Textbooks are important, and for no other reason than they'd accurately place the town of Kirkwood in California and not Oregon.
And we're in business. We'll be back with more Capitol Beat after this. We're out.
I'm sorry, did I overreach?
Hey, Sam.
Yeah.
This one might know something.
Please let them not be watching.
Toby, come quick. Sam's getting his ass kicked by a girl. Did you get the popcorn?
It was a beautiful service, I thought. I thought it was a beautiful service. Yeah. She was a real dame, old friend. A real broad. Yeah. We've got to go back to the office now, sir. Yeah. We've got some decisions to make now.
Leo, would you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Would you ask the agents to seal the cathedral for a minute? You're a son of a bitch, you know that? She bought her first new car and you hit her with a drunk driver. What? Is that supposed to be funny? You can't conceive, nor can I, of the appalling strangeness of the mercy of God, says Graham Greene. I don't know whose ass he was kissing there, because I think you're just vindictive. What was Josh Lyman? A warning shot? That was my son. What did I ever do to yours but praise his glory and praise his name? There's a tropical storm that's gaining speed and power. They say we haven't had a storm this bad since you took out that tender ship of mine in the North Atlantic last year. 68 crew. You know what a tender ship does? Fixes the other ships. Doesn't even carry guns, just goes around, fixes the other ships, and delivers the mail. That's all it can do. Gracias, tibiago domine. Yes, I lied. It was a sin. I've committed many sins. Have I displeased you, you feckless thug? 3.8 million new jobs, that wasn't good. Bailed out Mexico, increased foreign trade. 30 million new acres of land for conservation. Put Mendoza on the bench. We're not fighting a war. I've raised 3 children. That's not enough to buy me out of the doghouse? Hey, Kratom, Adeo Pio. Adeo Justo. Adeo Shito. Cruciatos in crucem. Tuis in terra servos nuntias fui, officium perfecce. Cruciatos in crucem. Eas in crucem. You get Heinz.
They want the nickel and dime stuff. I'll tell you one thing we can do.
What's that, sir?
This time of the year, there should be a hotline you can call with questions about cooking turkeys. A special 800 number where the phones are staffed by experts.
There is.
What do you mean?
The Butterball hotline.
Butterball has a hotline?
Yeah. It's an 800 number. The phones are staffed by experts.
Are you kidding me?
No.
God, I'm sorry. I love my country. Charlie, get me the number for the Butterball hotline.
Yes, sir.
About the candidates.
No?
About the voters. How are we going to create jobs? How are we going to fix health care? How are we going to make the lights go on? How are we going to protect ourselves?
Don't you want to ask if the plumber knows which direction the pipes run? Don't you? Forget the plumber. Don't. We want leadership to sound and to feel like, instead of appealing to our least expensive, however legitimate desire to feel good about ourselves, don't we want
All right, that's it. I can't take it.
You started it.
I'm not kidding. I have such an impulse to knock your heads together. I can't remember the last time I heard you two talk about anything other than how a campaign was playing in Washington. Kathy needed to take a second job so her dad could be covered by her insurance. She tried to tell you how bad things were for family farmers. You told her we already lost Indiana. You made fun of the fair, but you didn't see they have livestock exhibitions and give prizes for the biggest tomato and the best heirloom apple. They're proud of what they grow. 8 months of transportation, the kindness of 6 strangers, random conversations with 12 more, and nobody brought up Bartlett versus Ritchie but you. I'm writing letters on your behalf to the parents of the kids who were killed today. Can I have the table, please?
Mr. President.
Excuse me.
Yeah. The Capitol's just a 5 or 10 minute walk from here. Care to stretch your legs?
I'm sorry, folks. I've got a meeting on the Hill.
You go get him, Mr. President.
You bet. Randy.
Sir.
What do you say we walk the rest of the way?
Yes, sir. Counter-assault team deploy east. I need 2 forward positions along Pennsylvania. POTUS is on foot.
What?
Should have worn different shoes.
I have never witnessed a sitting president walking to the Speaker's office in my 25 years in Washington.
What are you thinking about?